And joined by Mark Workman of the Liberty Raiders. And Mark, obviously tonight for you guys, a very tough night. Was it more of what Independence did on defense, or more what you didn't do on offense?
Well,
I think because held you like 60 yards.
Yeah, I think it's more of a combination of us being so young. We got two good backs. We got Ryan Sims and Logan Dodgel, but up front we started two sophomores, a senior at center, and then my left guard and left tackle are receivers at 150 pounds that we had to drop down to play line this week.
Well, when you're going against a team like they have this year, and you're using 150-pound linemen coming into the game, you probably knew you might be in for a long night. But you roll the dice and see what happens.
Well, I mean, you can't cancel just because you ain't got kids in there to put. So you're still gonna play the game. But I thought we played them pretty tough till halftime, and then we started getting a little bit winded, a little bit tired, and their size and strength kind of took over on us. And but once again, I've got four starters back on defense, and three starters back on offense. So we're pretty youthful right now.
Is it a good experience then for them to come out and see a team like this? A lot of people think that's a chance to make it to Thanksgiving weekend, if not the island. Is it a good chance to see a team like that?
Oh yeah,
being that young, or would you rather not?
Yeah, anytime you can play a team like that, they stretch the field pretty well. They have capabilities of throwing the ball, and you got Atticus Goodson is just a bruiser, man. He's more than a bruiser. He's pretty fast. Then you got the mix in Judah Price there, and they're a solid football team.
Well, you said you wanted to limit the big play. He did have a couple that were called back, and he had a couple big plays that stood. Do you think you did a pretty good job on him? He had 160 yards, I think. He did get in the end zone 3 times. Ended up with like 23 of their 47. How would you describe the job you did on Atticus Goodson tonight?
I think we contained him pretty well. I really think he's going to get 100 yards a ball game, in any game that he plays. So, 160, compared to what he was rushing last year, averaging 200 and some yards a game,
we can't be coming into the game.
And there's times that we hit him in the backfield.
And he just...
and he come through. We have one guy hitting him when we're against him. You got to have 3 or 4 guys hitting him. But that's the youth in us.
Is that kind of indicative then of what you're saying? They're deep team. You got Judah Price scoring. How did you try to go about defending all those? I know you wanted to kind of sell out maybe a little bit to stop Atticus and slow him down. Did the weapons just do what you were afraid of tonight?
Our whole goal coming in tonight was trying to make them throw the ball, throw a deep ball. And we just didn't do a good job with that. We had chances to take him down the backfield, and we just didn't. We had chances to take him down on a 2-yard gain, and we didn't. Judah Price is shifty, and he's fast, and he bobbed and weaved in between our guys, and he scored a couple times.
Is it disappointing that you did what you basically needed to do against
Atticus?
Atticus?
I'm not going to say it's disappointing. I'm gonna go back to us being so young, man. Over half the kids that played on both sides of the ball had never took this quarterback had never took a high school snap. So we was just really, really youthful tonight.
You had a team last year that, quite honestly, had COVID not intervened, you not had to take some weeks off, probably had the makings of a team that could win a couple games in the playoffs. Now you got kind of sidetracked twice during the season. So you've seen that kind of team. Is Independence strike you as the kind of team that can make a deep run?
They do. There's some aspects of their game, of their team that I really like. You know what I'm saying? They got receivers out on the side that can stretch a field. They got good running backs. Their line's big and strong, and they're moving the line of scrimmage. They played on our side of the ball, offense and defense, all night long. So how good they're going to be, I don't know, man. I'm not with them every day.
Was their defense as good as you thought it would be?
Yeah, they're tough, man. Like I said, they played on our side of the ball all night long. We couldn't get I thought we had a couple of holes here and there, and my daggone running backs missed the hole to get into, or we fumbled it. So
what does Liberty have to do at this point? Your team, what do you think you guys have to do to get prepared for next week and the games ahead?
Got to grow up. We're not going to use this youthful youthful excuse no more, man.
Just
I mean,
one
you know,
time.
we just yeah. I mean, this is one time thing for us. You know, I mean, we got to grow up and we got to work on us.
The new turf. I mean, you got to be not elated with the final, but to be able to play on in a game like this again. There was a delay tonight. You said that didn't hurt you
No.
guys, but I mean, to be able to have the threat of that and not have to worry about what might happen, how you might have to change things. It's been a game changer already. I would have.
Oh, it has, you know, and I think I've told you this before, man. You got landmarks, you got, you know, you tell them get to the hash, they get to the hash, they know where the hash is. They ain't looking for a half painted line out there to the numbers. So, you know, it is. It's definitely a game changer.
I know you exceedingly pleased with the board too, and I mean, I'm going to give you opportunity to say what you told me the other day in our interview about the board getting this done for you.
Oh,
guys.
yeah, man. I mean, we greatly appreciate it. Mr. Price and all the board members and all the hands and all the minds and all that was in it. I mean, we greatly appreciate it.
But a changer for every county team, I would say.
Oh, it does. I mean, it changes for the whole county.
Hey, Mark, I appreciate it, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Dave.